Hey, what's up YouTube? Today Apple announced the release of the new iPad called the iPad 3, and they invited medias from all around the world to launch their new device. So I'm going to talk about the features of this new device in this video. A website called /gear made a live blog during the event, so they were constantly blogging about the new features of the new iPad, and I made myself a point form, so I'm going to enumerate what are the new features of the iPad 3 and what they talked about. So first of all, the Apple TV, they talked about the new Apple TV, which now outputs 1080p, so full HD compared to the old 720p of the other generation of the Apple TV. Now they talked really briefly about the Apple TV, and they went straight for the new iPad, the iPad 3, and it'll ship March 16th with a iOS 5.1, which is available right now. So for jailbreakers, do not upgrade to 5.1 since you will lose your jailbreak, and the 5.1 jailbreak isn't available yet. So now let's go back to the third iPad. So it now has 1 million more pixels than an HD TV. That's 2048 pixels by 1536 pixels. It has a 44% greater saturation. I don't know, probably for colors. The A5X quad-core processor for the graphics. So A5, it previously had an A5 processor, but now X is for the quad-core. It has the 4G LTE connection, which is HSPA for 21 megabytes per second, DC HSPA for 42 megabytes per second, for a total of 72 megabytes per second for the 4G LTE. It has two versions in the US, so an AT&T version and the Verizon version. So it has the microphone key like it had in the iPhone 4S for the dictation. If you want to write something down and you simply want to dictate it, it now has the microphone key on the keyboard. It has a 9-hour battery for the 4G and a 10-hour battery for the 3G, and probably a lot more on the Wi-Fi. And you can now edit your photos with a better camera, camera. It's a 5 megapixel camera on the iPad 3, and you'll be able to edit them on iPhoto, which will be available for $449 on the Apple Store. So concerning the prices for the iPad 3, it's $499. It starts for $499 for the simple Wi-Fi 16 gigabyte version, $599 for the 32 gigabyte, and $699 for the 64 gigabyte Wi-Fi. $629 and $729 and $829 for the 4G versions. And they didn't stop selling the iPad 2. They continued selling the iPad 2 for a lower price of $399 for the Wi-Fi version 16 gigabyte and $529 for the 3G 16 gigabyte version. So they are available on apple.com or apple.ca depending on where you live in the world. And that's about it. If you want to check the iPad 3, you can go on Apple's website, apple.com, directly, and you can check its new features. And that's about it. That was the release today on March 7th of the iPad 3. So that's it, everyone. If you liked this video, please subscribe. Please check out my other videos, and don't forget to follow me on Facebook and on Twitter. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for listening.